Okay, here we are at the strengthening items section. The music for this section is Emerald Woodlands from Etrian Odyssey Untold. Thanks for the suggestion, Blaze Emblem. So, there is a means to upgrading your weapons in this game. Upgrading them increases the damage they can do, but there are some side effects and considerations as well. So, first things first, what do we need to upgrade a weapon? Well, we need some raw materials, which are gotten as treats during gameplay. The two things we need are mediums and orbs. The mediums you'd need depend on what type of weapon you're trying to upgrade. So if you want to upgrade an axe, you'd need axe mediums. And I just consider this the physical material you need to forge a weapon. So for an axe, you'd need an axe haft and probably some steel and whatever. These components are lumped into one resource, the medium. Well, how do you collect mediums? Like I said, they're part of the treats that you get during gameplay. Let's take a look at how that works. Alright, here we are. Let's cover how to get mediums and orbs. The way it works is, you strike an enemy with a skill attack, and mediums of the weapon you use pop out along with the gems. So, say Moira here hits a guy with a skill attack using her fire daggers. In that case, dagger mediums will pop out along with the gems. There are limitations. For example, if you use the same skill attack over and over, the mediums will stop coming out. The mediums themselves look like blue cylinder things, and they actually show what weapon type they are, but you need a friggin' microscope to be able to see. It doesn't matter though, you know it's the same type as the weapon used. So that covers mediums, but what about orbs? Orbs are the second item you need to upgrade your weapon. Basically, orbs are magic orbs, I guess, that hold an elemental affinity. So they're the magical component of a weapon. So if we wanted to upgrade a frozen axe, we'd need ice orbs. That makes sense, but where do you get them? Well, there are two ways. The first way is to destroy an object, and you'll get orbs corresponding to the element of the weapon you used. And remember, only warriors can destroy objects, and that's when the object is in the fragile status. So warriors can gather elements by busting stuff in the stage. So say Johan here has a rock nearby, and the rock is in fragile status, and he busts it up using this fire barbarian axe. The rock will release some fire orbs, which we can collect and use for any character's weapon upgrade. The second way to get orbs is to hit an enemy with a skill attack using any character. I think it needs to be a killing blow for the enemy in order to get the orbs, but I'm not sure about that. When that happens, an orb corresponding to the elemental affinity of the enemy is released. So Moira, our hermit, is going to hit this blob here with a skill attack using her fire daggers, and three things should pop out. Gems, unless the fog is gone. Some dagger mediums will pop out, and they'll look like blue cylinder things. And finally, a blue ice orb will pop out since the blob was ice. After that, Johan's going to hit this rock with his fire axe, and there should be some fire orbs that pop out of that. Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, unfortunately this is going to go kind of fast. When she hits the blob, look for the blue cylinder things and the blue orbs themselves too.
Engage. You shall be engulfed.
Alright, he's going to survive that. That was a bad tit. That was stupid to try for. And now he's going to stall. Come on, buddy. Watch pot never boils, huh? There we go. Finally. Alright, he's dead. There's the medium. I'm about to grab that. And the orb. Oh, it slipped underneath. I didn't grab it in time. Yeah, it happens fast. We'll get a second chance with the orbs with Johan here. He's going to bust this rock, and there should be some fire orbs that pop out. There they go. Alright, some fire orbs gotten. Alright, we've covered how to get the raw materials needed for upgrading weapons. Let's go back to the strengthening items screen. Okay, we've gathered some mediums and some orbs now, but gathering the raw materials is only half the battle, as we'll see. We're going to upgrade Johann's Frozen Axe. So, we're in the Strengthen Items section, and we're in the table. Let's sort by Warrior, and then by Ice. There it is, the Frozen Axe. We've also managed to pick up a Frozen Axe +1 somewhere, but ignore that for now. You see the plain Frozen Axe? The durability is 34, and that's pretty high. What happened was, I actually fused a bunch of Frozen Axes off camera at some point. Anyway, the fact that it has a good durability makes it a good candidate for strengthening. Let's say, for sake of argument, that I wanted to fuse these two Frozen Axes. So, I wanted to fuse the Frozen Axe +1 with the plain one. If I did that, I'd combine the durability no problem. But the resulting Frozen Axe would revert to the lower quality. What that means is the +1 would not carry over to the fused weapon. I'd end up with a plain Frozen Axe with a durability of 45. So that kind of sucks, but it makes sense. What that means to us is that we want to make sure to get any fusing done before we attempt to upgrade a weapon. And as you'll see, we want a good duration on a weapon before we try to upgrade it. Okay, let's upgrade this plain Frozen Axe. It has a good duration right now. So, I select it, and then the top screen, oops, there we go. Then the top screen tells me what's going on. Looks like in the orb area, it's telling me I need 1 orb. Well, luckily I have 28 right now, and these are ice orbs I'm using because it's a Frozen Axe. That makes sense. In the medium section, it looks like I need 1 axe medium, and I have 66 now, so that shouldn't be a problem. Finally, there's a number labeled Trust, and it's at 98.5%. That is the likelihood that this upgrade will be successful. So, the odds are in our favor. As we continue to upgrade this weapon, the trust percentage is going to drop. And here's the problem. If you upgrade and you fail the attempt, then you have a penalty. First off, the orbs and mediums are consumed whether the upgrade happens or not. But secondly, the weapon itself loses 1 durability every time you upgrade and it fails. Because of this, you want to upgrade a weapon with a decent durability, and that'll help you ensure that it'll survive the upgrade process. So, let's give it a shot. So we say, yep, come on, let's upgrade. Alright, and the upgrade was successful. So what did we even do? Well, check out the power rating in the upper left corner. It says +4. So our max damage with this weapon just increased 4%. Nice. And now we have a Frozen Axe +1 with a durability of 34. At this time, we could now safely fuse this axe with our existing Frozen Axe +1, and we'd get 1 single Frozen Axe with a 45 durability. But we're not going to do that right now. Instead, we're going to take this Frozen Axe +1 we just made, and we're going to go the distance with it. We're going to fully upgrade it if we can. The upgrades stop at +9, so we have 8 more to go. So, let's give it a try. Alright, so we select the Frozen Axe +1 that we just made. And if you notice, on the top screen, the trust went down a little. It's at 93.5% now, so it's lower than before, but it's still pretty likely that this will be a successful upgrade attempt. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, we got upgraded to +2. Power went up 3% that time. And look, a green box with the number 2 appeared at the bottom in the effects section. That's a new rush count effect we gained, and we'll discuss that in the item list section, but for now let's keep upgrading. Alright. Alright, we're on a roll here. We have a +5. If you check it out, the trust is only 56.5% now. And I also gained another rush effect in the bottom corner. Nope, it failed. So now we have a duration of 33 now. We've lost 1. Alright, let's keep pushing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There we go. Alright, there we go. We have a fully upgraded Frozen Axe. Now, in all honesty, it probably wasn't a great idea to use Orbs and Mediums to upgrade a level 1 weapon, but that's fine. What do I mean by level 1 weapon? Don't confuse the upgrade level with the weapons level. We have a Frozen Axe plus 9, but the axe itself is still level 1. See how when we select it, there's a warrior in the upper left corner of the top screen. Whoops. There's a speech balloon coming out of his head saying level 1 required. So a warrior has to be level 1 to wield this axe. And it doesn't matter if the axe's quality is plus 1 or plus 9. Any level 1 warrior can wield it. So really, this is a shit tier weapon. There are many more axes in the game with higher level requirements. And those axes hit for more damage or have overcharge capabilities or whatever. But, you know what, whatever. This Frozen Axe has seen us through some tough times, so it deserves to be spoiled once in a while. And now it's a plus 9 Frozen Axe. It bootstrapped itself. So, we have a much stronger axe than what we started with and some rush count effects. Let's compare it to the Frozen Axe plus 1. Our new Frozen Axe plus 9 has a max bonus of 58%, while the crappy Frozen Axe plus 1 has a laughable 29% bonus. Furthermore, the Frozen Axe plus 1 doesn't even have any rush count effects, while our new Frozen Axe plus 9 has 3. By the way, what are rush count effects? Like I mentioned, they're going to be covered in the item list section. Aside from the rush count, though, there is another consideration. Remember that the bonus damage went up from 29% for the Frozen Axe plus 1 to 58% to the Frozen Axe plus 9? Well, there's a complication with that. Yeah. Those bonus damages are added to the base damage of the weapon. I'll explain weapon details later. I think this section is already getting a little too long, but there is fallout for having a larger damage bonus. Basically, it results in a longer charge time before you can use the weapon. So we'll take a look on the battlefield. So right now I've put Johann on the field. We're going to equip those two Frozen Axes and compare how they act now. Alright, off to the inventory screen. And we sort by warrior, then by ice. And there they are, the Frozen Axes. Frozen Axe plus 9, a Frozen Axe plus 1, and somewhere we found a Frozen Axe plus 0. I don't know where that came from, whatever. So let's load them up. When we select the first axe, this screen pops up. I've neglected to talk about this screen in the past, so let's do it now. As you can see from the top screen, there are two knights on the field, Moira and Johann. And Johann's the only one lit up because right now he's the only one that can actually wield that Frozen Axe, being the only warrior. Furthermore, we can see in Johann's Law phase lane that there's no skill described. But there is a skill in the Chaos lane, and that makes sense. After all, the Frozen Axe works in Chaos phase, not Law phase. So apparently the skill name is Icy Impact. Every time Johann or any other warrior attacked with this axe, they were doing this Icy Impact move. Well, that's great, but let's look at the lower screen. The Frozen Axe is in the left half of the screen, and the right half is empty, signifying that the Frozen Axe is going to go into an empty slot of the inventory I use. So if I hit OK, then the axe goes into the inventory slot I picked right here. If I decide, whoops, I didn't want that weapon, I could select the same inventory box, then select a replacement weapon, and then the screen would show the weapon on the left that is going in and the weapon on the right that's going out. For example, let's say I changed my mind, I want this Barbarian Axe. So you get a quick side-by-side comparison of the weapons, so you can compare what's getting pulled out to what's being put in its place. Alright, I'm actually going to load up the Frozen Axe plus 1. And there we go. Now we have a side-by-side comparison of the two axes. Alright, let's check them out. They're both Frozen Axes. Good. There's a speech balloon coming off of them that tells me that there is one unit on the field that can wield them. And, of course, that's Johann. The qualities of the axes are listed. Let's see. Frozen Axe plus 1, the one on the left, has 1 star, while the Frozen Axe plus 9 has 9 stars. Alright, that seems pretty self-explanatory. Next item is Power. We're going to skip that for right now, but we'll come back to it. Moving on, the element is ice. This weapon is for warriors. The weapon grade is 3. Now, the weapon grade is pretty vague. It plays a role in the damage calculations, and I think it has an effect on the Law and Chaos indices, which I'll explain more in other sections. Next, the item's durability. Now remember, we lost some durability when we were upgrading the Frozen Axe. Well, the Frozen Axe plus 9 won't need any more upgrades, so now I can see it'll last for 22 turns. And finally, the rush count effect. Alright, back to the power rating, which I skipped earlier. So, sure enough, the Frozen Axe plus 1 has a 29% bonus to damage, while the Frozen Axe plus 9 has a 58% bonus. These bonuses, as I described earlier, apply to the Axe after they've been fully charged, and that's the second charge. Remember, when you equip an item, there are actually 2 charge phases. The first one is for the range of the attack, and after that one maxes out, you have a charge for power. Once that first charge is over, you can unleash the attack right away without investing more time in the power charge, and you would get the base damage of the weapon. However, if you want the bonus 29% damage or the bonus 58% damage in the plus 9's case, you need to do that second charge phase. Now, as I mentioned before, since the Frozen Axe plus 9 has more bonus damage, it requires more charging. The charge bar actually has grown to accommodate this extra damage. Because of that, you have a higher price to pay to get the full damage. Now, of course, remember, the time I spend charging up my knights is deducted from the 60 seconds I get for the round, so it's a choice. You might be wondering, well, what's the big deal? If you don't want to spend the time charging, then just charge it to what damage you want and stop. So I could say, well, I only want 20% bonus damage from this Frozen Axe plus 9. I don't need all 58% bonus. So I can just not do a full charge and get my 20% bonus. And that would work, but there's still a problem. Remember the initial charge phase, the one that's for the attack range. That charge bar is extended too. So when the weapon is upgraded, the length of that charge bar grows. And that charge time is unavoidable. You have to max that charge phase out in order to move to the second charge phase. So I'm going to demonstrate this in-game. So I need to get the Frozen Axe plus 1 and the Frozen Axe plus 9 loaded up. Alright. As usual, I would normally worry about the key items and kill enemies and recruit the knights, but this is just going to be a quick demonstration. So we're going to basically charge both these weapons side by side and show the difference between them. Alright, I guess we need to be in Chaos Phase. So I'm going to grab this plus 1 axe and bring it to Johann, and then watch over here where his charge bar is, and we'll see how long it takes. If I could get there. Charging 1, charging 2. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's not so bad. 2 bars had to fill up, but it didn't take too long. And if I had attacked right then, he would have gotten 29% bonus damage. Alright, let's check out the Frozen Axe plus 9. Oh my god, plus 1. Excuse me, charge 1, charge 2. Okay. Did you see how long that took? God damn. Alright, geez. I hope that was worth it. Now, if he were to attack, he'll get the plus 58% bonus damage. But son of a bitch, that's quite a cost there. Let's do it again and see. We'll do another example. So plus 1, charge 1, charge 2, easy. Alright. Plus 9, charge 1, oh my gosh. Plus 2. Okay, there we go. Holy balls. Now, here's something else to note. I'm going to equip him one last time with this Frozen Axe plus 9. And when I touch Johann with it, check it out. There's going to be a little CI plus 10 that appears next to him. There it went. That's his Chaos Index, and he just got a bonus for using this item. I don't fully understand that. I guess it has to do with the amount of upgrades, because if we do it with the +1, we'll see that no, it doesn't happen. Oh, excuse me, there's a +1 there. I don't know what causes that, like I said. I think the weapon grade has something to do with it, but as you can see, there's an advantage to using the +9 in that case. I can only assume that you have to actually land a blow in order for that to happen, for him to get that bonus to his Chaos Index. Unfortunately, the instruction manual is really vague on that, and the internet doesn't seem to know very much about it either. Alright, enough of this nonsense. Let's say that you've upgraded a weapon, and it was your favorite weapon. You loved it. But then you upgraded it, and the charge time went through the roof. And plus, it gave you a horrible rush count effect. We cover rush count effects in the item list section, by the way. So now you're pissed. You've ruined your favorite weapon. It was better before you upgraded it. Well, there is something you can do about it. Remember, if you fuse two items of the same weapon together, but they have different upgrade levels, the final fused weapon will have the lower upgrade. So let's say you hate your Frozen Axe +9, but Frozen Axe +4 was the best. What you could do is get another plain Frozen Axe through killing enemies, and then you upgrade that plain one to +4. At that point, you could fuse it with your +9 axe, and there you go, a final axe with +4. So you've undone 5 levels of upgrades. You're still out the materials used for the upgrade, but at least you have the Frozen Axe +4 again. Okay, let's go back to the setup screen. I think this has been covered now.